I had a great comment a while ago, and I wish I could find it. I scoured around and I couldn't find it to save my life. But talking about what I would like to see added to Upland rather than what's already there and kind of reviewing what's in the game as is. Maybe the dev team watches this and it sparks something for them. Nice little pun there, too. Who knows, right? Maybe we can get some of these changes in the game. Hey there, John Henry here, ssftg. Welcome to the video. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome my friend. I hope to earn your like and subscription today. Today, I'm going to go over 6 things that I would absolutely love to see implemented into the Upland Metaverse. What are your thoughts on these after you watch them? Do you agree with them? Maybe you have a few that I missed. Drop them in the comments. You know I always love hearing from you all. So one of the first things is a major quality of life feature implementation that I would absolutely love to see, and that's a search and filter feature in properties. Like if I'm going into my assets as an example, I have a filter option here, and I can filter these based on whatever I want to see in there. But when I go into a property search feature, nothing. there's nothing here. The only thing I can do is sort by price, and that's it. I would absolutely love to see a filter feature in here. On anywhere that there is the ability to search through your properties like this, there should realistically be a search feature, in my opinion, because going through, like if you have to do a property trade as an example, that is one of the most atrocious things to have to try to work your way through, especially if they have a lot of properties. It takes forever to try to find it. And if there was just a simple little search box, it would be a million times better. Another thing that I would absolutely love to see is additional boosts on your earnings with properties that have structures on them. Not everybody wants to build a structure so that they can have a meta-venture shop. Not everybody really cares about a meta-venture shop. Some people are going to be big fans of it, myself included. I'm going to be a big fan of that when that goes out. But, I mean, realistically, that's not everybody's jam. And having really no other incentive at the moment of having buildings on your properties, I mean, okay, you know, it's cool, it's bragging rights, but having boosts to your earnings because you had a structure on it would be a really nice way to have a saving grace, so to speak, for some of these properties like Manhattan properties, which are teeny tiny. They earn almost nothing, but they're still worth a ton on the secondary market because of where they're from. Well, if there were a way to optimize those earnings so that, you know, because it has a structure on it, you earn another 100 UPIX a month or something like that. It doesn't have to be insane, but a little bit of an incentive goes a long way for some of these buildings. Another big one that I would really love to see would be more mini-games built into the game, like treasure hunting is. Treasure hunting is a permanent fiction into the game, and that allows us a really cool way to earn Spark and UPIX and other things that we can just kind of, you know, burn some time even just in the game. But that's it, right? There aren't any other mini games, and it would be really cool to have even some minor mini games. Nothing crazy, minor, not in the sense of like crypto mining, but like just small little mini games, even like a Minesweep or anything. Just small little mini games that we could utilize in game as other forms or ways to earn UPIX, especially for new players. Earning UPIX and earning rewards and possibly even Spark rewards would be fantastic to see new implementations, aside from just external events and all of that. And that's why I say permanent affixtions to the game, like treasure hunting, because really the only thing that we can constantly go into repetitively is treasure hunting. Everything else we kind of have to wait for an event. One of the big things that I would love to see worked on a little bit are the fee structures in Upland. Having a 5% fee structure, if that was it, would be fine, right? Everything has a fee structure, but it's 5% per side. And if you add to that you want to do USD transactions, then there's another 5% if you want to withdraw. I totally understand the fees for the USD side of things. You get charged for like everything with USD, right? But on the crypto side of things, having a fee structure of a total at 10%, what would be really the big implication of going from 10% to, let's say, 8%? It's only a 2% reduction, but it makes a big difference on the bottom line for a lot of players, especially on the lower end, saving them some UPIX. Or even having a fee structure where it's based on your level, where if you are a level, you know, pro or lower, your fees are a lower structure, so you don't have to pay as much. It allows you to stay in the game a bit longer. Whereas normal players, pro and above, or director and above, or whatever, pay a higher fee structure to compensate for the difference of the lower fee structure and make it up. That wouldn't bother me at all, for me personally, to have to pay an extra 1 or 2% to know that the bottom end, the lower group of people, can come in and have a better standing. Maybe that's just me, and I know a lot of people don't like having their pocketbooks reached into, but if we have more people coming in, you got to think of it from a different perspective. If more people are coming in, that's going to light the secondary market up. That's going to light the game devs up. That's going to light the game up. It's going to be beneficial for us anyway. So seeing a fee restructure of going from like 10% to 8%, or having a leveling structure where it allows newer players a way that, you know, they don't get nailed so hard. They can stay in the game a little bit better, and I think overall it would be good for the health of things. It's one of those that could be, you know, I don't know the inner machinations of Upland. That could be a huge implication to their bottom end. I don't know. Another thing that I think would help a lot on, well, it would help on a lot of different things, but having to complete a CAPTCHA for every purchase, every time you list something for sale, anything that has to do with an UPX balance would create a buffer, effectively. If you accidentally price your building for UPX instead of USD, been there, done that. If you, I mean, let's be real, it doesn't matter if you are fast enough. The bottom-feeding Kraken-type bots, if you will scrape the blockchain, and they will see your accident before you even know what happened. It's gone. Right? You don't have a chance. So that would prevent those types of things. It would give you a couple extra seconds. Or even going a little bit further and saying that a user has a selectable cooldown. As an example, I could go in with a 30-second cooldown, meaning that my listing won't display as an active listing on the secondary market at all until that buffer is done. And that's selectable by the user. Right? It'd be a 30-second buffer, a 10-second buffer. I mean, heck, even a 3-second buffer could save you a lot of UPX sometimes. Something like that would eliminate, maybe not all of, but at the very least, some of those bots scraping up accidents, right? And we don't want to really have to deal with that. Nobody likes having to eat an accident like that. Fortunately for some, those accidents don't cost very much, but for others, they can be thousands of dollars of an accident. And, I mean, you know, you don't want to have to deal with that. And adding a simple thing like a CAPTCHA or a selectable cooldown could solve pretty much all of those. And then for the last one, and this one's a really big stretch, I think. I don't know how easy it would be to implement into this because it already kind of uses geolocation stuff, right? I mean, we're utilizing real-life properties on a map. They're just virtual NFT variants of them inside of the Upland Metaverse. So how hard or easy, I don't know, would it be for something like this? I think it would be incredibly cool, but have a real-world GPS-attached portion to the game. That way, within Upland, if you are living in an area that isn't necessarily a location that has properties that you can mint. Maybe you don't live in San Francisco. Maybe you don't live in Santa Clara or Los Angeles in an area that you can actually mint any of these. For me, you know, I live in the Michigan area, but I don't live in Detroit. Like, I can't mint my home, as an example. So how cool would it be to have something like a GPS game attached? And this could kind of piggyback to what we were talking about before on, you know, permanent fictions into the game, like NFT geocaching. Think about that, right? How cool would that be to have a GPS implemented NFT-based geocaching in Upland? Upland, hey, copyright on that one, my guys. You owe me at least 100K for that idea, and I'm talking USD. Don't play now. What a great way to earn more UPX and a way to build a community in a zone that doesn't necessarily have a mintable area. How awesome would it be to be able to go out with your kids on the Upland, you know, game and have them with the, you know, Upland on their tablet, geocaching out to find an NFT that someone hid in, you know, by a river while they were fishing. How cool would that be? Man, I think that would be an absolute blast. And you could re-hide it and you could add to it. And there's so many cool things that we could do with that. Not to mention the fact that there could be daily rewards on them, or maybe not daily rewards because it's real-life geocaching, but even like a weekly reward where you can earn UPX, or even possibly Spark. Something like that would be an incredible implementation, and it would allow a way to create a community where one might not necessarily exist. Now here's the thing, right? I don't know if these things are going to get implemented. Who knows, right? Maybe some of them are already in the works. Who knows? But, I think these things would be amazing additions to the game. I think they would add a lot to it. Of course, along with adding a lot to it, some of these would also add a metric truck ton of work to get it done. Give and take relationship, right? But I think these would be a really big benefit and something that could really propel Upland to, I mean, it already is next level, but like next level times 2? I don't know, something around there. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, thoughts, ideas for new videos, hilarious street views, anything, drop them in the comments, and they may just get featured in the next one. Have an awesome rest of your day out there, and we'll see you in the next. Thanks. Bye.